A while back, I did a video on why I thought Rogue One, a Star Wars story, would be awesome, so I figured it was time to do one on why I think Star Wars Episode 8 will be great. I have all the hope in the world that while Episode 7 was a great film, I think Episode 8 has the potential to surpass it in almost every way, and I'm very excited about it. So without further ado, let's begin with why I think Star Wars Episode 8 will be awesome. A major criticism people have for The Force Awakens is they think that the last lightsaber duel is very lackluster and that Kylo Ren should have bested Finn and Rey quite easily. Many have said that this is a detriment to Kylo Ren's character, having him be defeated so easily by another character with next to no training in the Force. While I don't necessarily agree that this is a problem with The Force Awakens, I can see why many people would have a problem with this scene in particular, and I think that Episode 8 will go a great deal into more of the training of these two characters, and that if they end up meeting in Star Wars Episode 8, the outcome will be much different. So this leads me to the point that there will be more formal training in Star Wars Episode 8. Now, while the training of Rey and Kylo will be two things that will be outstanding to behold, the end product of that will be, hopefully, their confrontation in Episode 8 via a lightsaber duel, and that it will be more refined than it was in The Force Awakens. The great thing that The Force Awakens did was at the end they sent Kylo and Rey on very different yet similar paths, one on the light and one on the dark, but both to receive more training and become more effective fighters. The next point I have is about these two characters' masters, Supreme Leader Snoke and Luke Skywalker himself. We will be getting a deeper look into these characters in Episode 8, since they really had limited screen time in The Force Awakens. J.J. Abrams have stated again and again that it is not important where Luke Skywalker is, but who he is, and since we didn't get an answer to that in Star Wars The Force Awakens, we will most likely be getting that answered in Episode 8, and I am extremely excited to find out, as J.J. Abrams has said, who Luke is. Is he still an agent of the light, or has he flustered a little bit and is leaning more towards the dark? How have the death of all of his Padawans or many of his Padawans affected him? What has he been doing in his time in exile? What purpose did he exile himself for? All of these will be answered in Episode 8, and I can't wait. And on the other side of the coin, who is Supreme Leader Snoke? What is his origin and what are his final motivations for Kylo Ren? As Han Solo said, that he will crush Kylo Ren when he's done with him. What is Supreme Leader Snoke's ultimate goal? That's another question that I think we'll get closer to in Star Wars Episode 8. And this segues perfectly into my next point, that we will be getting more backstory on what has happened in the 30 years between The Force Awakens and Return of the Jedi. What has been going on? Who are these characters? In Episode 8, I believe that we will be getting an explanation for this. What exactly did Luke do in between the time of Jedi and The Force Awakens? We know that he set up a new Jedi Order, or at least attempted to, but we don't have the details of this. And the question that I think is more important is, who is Supreme Leader Snoke? We know he's an individual of great age. We know he's been around since the Clone Wars, or possibly even before the Clone Wars. So who is he, and what role does he have to play in the galaxy? Also, another big question that I think will be heavily featured and answered in Episode 8 will be the Knights of Ren. The Knights of Ren were, oddly enough, not featured very much at all in The Force Awakens. In fact, we even got a glimpse of the only scene they had in the trailer. We know that they were involved in killing Luke's Padawans, and that as a result of that, Luke went into exile. But who are the Knights of Ren? How are they formed? Are they past Inquisitors? Are they young Darkseid users? Are they some of Luke's former Padawans? I think that all of these will be answered in the next movie, and I hope that Benicio del Toro's character will indeed be the Knight of Ren, and will have a part as the catalyst in what set a lot of these events into motion in the Star Wars universe. And for my last point, I have more of a subjective reason, but that is that I think a very high-quality director and writer is attached to the film in Rian Johnson. I believe Looper was a very satisfying and well-made film, and I'm looking forward to what this director and writer, again, has to offer with Episode 8. As he's not directing Episode 9, Colin Trevorrow is, but he is writing that film, so I'm confident that he will have Episode 8 and 9 mesh well, very well, in his writing abilities. I know there are a lot of things that I didn't touch on in this video because I wanted to condense it into a smaller video on the base reasons why I think Episode 8 will be a great movie, but I do have other videos about Episode 8 on my channel. I know I didn't touch on Finn or Poe or what could be going on in other areas of the galaxy, but like I said, I wanted to condense this video and just give my base reasons and the core reasons why I think Episode 8 will be a really, really special film. So anyway, guys, leave your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you guys think about episode 8? Do you think that it will remedy some of the problems you guys had with The Force Awakens? Or do you think The Force Awakens was the perfect jumping board for episode 8, as I do? May the Force be with you. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and have a great day.